just coming by to do a quick update. It's my second try at it. I was on my phone, but I had some type of timer go off, so it messed it up. So we'll try this again. Um, so I wanted to do an update because I'm almost going into my 27th week, which will be my third trimester. So I just wanted to kind of do a closeout of the second trimester, I guess. Um, and I wanted to start with Hypno Baby. I went to my first Hypno Baby class on last Saturday. I really enjoyed it. We were there a very long time, and I was so exhausted afterwards. I literally came home, walked into my bed, and just slept until like 8 o'clock. I just kind of crashed out, and I haven't really been really able to sleep like that anymore. If anything, my sleeping has been off. Like I can nap, but like sleeping at night has been difficult. So I'm not really sleeping like I was during the first trimester, but I kind of want to. But I've been working a lot more. So anyway, let me start from the beginning. The beginning with Hypno Baby. During the class, we like laid on the floor a lot and did a lot of relaxation techniques. It is a full like birthing class, so we learn about birthing baby stuff. That sounds kind of lame, but we learn a lot more stuff than just like other than hypnobirth. We talk about nutrition and stuff like that. Um, it was pretty cool. I liked it. Um, the instructor was kind of getting on my nerves for a little while because there's three couples in the class. Since I don't have a partner, just like every time something calls for a partner, she's like, "Oh, well, Tamika," it's like she just always like makes a big deal about the fact that I don't have a partner. It's like I'm okay with that, and maybe I guess because I'm still pregnant and I don't have a partner, maybe she has like this story in her head or whatever, where it's been like a traumatic experience for me. So maybe I should tell her, look, I chose this path for myself, so don't feel sorry for me. It's all good. But she just really just kind of like overcompensated for it. Even in the emails to her when I told her I didn't have one, she just kind of rubbed me the wrong way about it, based on a comment that she made. Excuse me. She just kind of rubbed me the wrong way about it. Other than that, I like the class. She's really cool. So just maybe because she has so many kids and she just can't imagine doing it alone, so she feels the need to try to make me feel better. But if anything, it's just kind of like annoying for me. Um, so the Hypno Baby classes will be every week until February the 23rd, and then we'll be done. There's a lot of homework and stuff associated with it. I have to do this finger drop technique, like supposedly like, every day, 5 times a day, and I'm just totally not doing it. We have to do like some stretching exercises. I'm naturally pretty flexible, so all of those I can do with ease. But I still try to practice it. Kegels, I'm not too good at remembering or wanting to do those, so I'm trying to do better about that. She also mentioned this technique that she couldn't even talk about. It was more so she just handed us little brochures. It's so gross. Like you're literally supposed to like stick 2 fingers inside your vagina and like go like this. That's pretty gross. I think you're supposed to put like some oil on it. So yeah, I'm glad she just gave us the pamphlets so we can practice on our own. But um, what else? I was supposed to do my affirmations every day. They're like 30 minutes long. So I try to play them in the car, which mostly in the car is like my callback, talk to my parents, talk to whoever time. So it's been kind of hard to work that time in. But yesterday I did get through it almost like two and a half, no, at least like 1.5 times yesterday. So I try to do it every day. So it just is the only thing that's playing in my car when I'm not on the phone. What else? Also, every night or every day, I'm supposed to listen to one of the hypno tapes or CDs or whatever. I haven't been doing that because at night I like to have my own headspace to kind of focus. So I'm going to do better at my Hypno Baby classes. I'm going to do better next week because we're all supposed to be tracking our food and eating more balanced. And I still don't quite eat enough. everybody's kind of mentioning that I guess they feel that I'm small. My mom, she just left. She feels that I'm kind of small for where I am. But when I measured my fundal height, she is measuring at like 27 weeks now, so she's fine. She's not going to be a big baby, which is awesome since I'm doing this naturally. Um, what else? That's pretty much it for Hypno Baby. I like it. I would recommend it. Definitely, definitely recommend it. If you want to have like, can't say necessarily a pain-free birth, but just a, an empowering experience. I feel we're being set up for that, with where you kind of handle your pain rather than, because like when you see like the tapes, from what I'm told, I've never gone through birth, so I can't speak to that right now, but when you see the people doing all the screaming and stuff, that's a lot of that is like anxiety and like fear and stuff like that. So if you work on your anxiety and your fear prior to giving birth and you decrease that fear, I can imagine it will hurt less. I've even tried to use some of the hypno techniques, just like during the day when I have like a headache or something like that, and I notice this stuff does work. Um, Also, it's funny because I realized, well, I mean, not I realized, but we're in a hypnotic state, sometimes during the day, like when we're driving our cars, you get on autopilot and you just find yourself at your destination, even though you weren't like calculating each step. That's being kind of hypnotized. I know as a child, like in second grade, my teacher used to always say how I would be in La La Land because I would just be like drift off into space in class and just be there for like 30 minutes. And that's a form of hypnosis. So for me to get, and I guess I'm still like that, especially when I go to bed. I still kind of get into a hypnotic state. So for me to find that place was really easy. I guess maybe that's why I'm not, and I'm gonna do better. But that's probably why I'm not doing as much of my homework, is because it's easy for me to get there. I believe in it. I've practiced it for years anyway, indirectly without knowing. So I pretty much believe that it does work, even after like 2 classes jammed into one and doing my homework. So my goal for next week is to be a better Hypno Baby student, but I'm already feeling more confident about it. Anyway, that's 8 minutes on Hypno Baby, so I'm gonna move on. Um, just I guess just wrote some random notes. Um, Ice. I've been eating a lot of ice, um, and I won't say a lot of ice, but more ice than I ever have because I'm not an ice eater. Because for one, I got a feeling, I had a cavity on this side, and when I got it filled, even though the cavity wasn't bothering me, when I got it filled, it hurt for years, and I couldn't even eat anything really on that side, but it just went away. But I can eat the ice with ease without it giving me a head freeze or whatever, or make my teeth really cold. So um, every day when I come home from work, I have like a nice cup of ice. I mix it with water because my ice crushing machine doesn't crush the ice all that well, so there's still some chunks. So in order to kind of make them smaller, I pour in the room temperature water to melt it, and it is amazing. Which also leads me to this weird craving that I'm having. It's like, I guess, a form of pica, but my garage just smells so good. Like, I could just sit out there. It smells so good. And I was in a client's garage a couple of days ago, and her garage smelled even better. It's so weird. But my garage smells so wonderful to me. And I guess a part of me kind of craves gravel. And the ice is like a substitute for the gravel, because I'm definitely not going to eat gravel, but a part of me kind of wants to, which is so weird. But so I settle for the ice, and the ice hits the spot. I was talking to my mom about it a little bit earlier today, and she said that my aunt, when she was pregnant, she actually used to eat red dirt, which is kind of gross. So I guess I'm not the only one in my family that has craved things that are not supposed to be edible. So moving forward, movement. She moves a lot now. I haven't, I guess, because the rule is, not the rule, but what I was told in Hypno Babies is I don't have to start tracking movement until the 28th week, or that I shouldn't. And everybody in there is like due in March. Like, they're having their babies like a week after the class is over. So I won't start tracking movements like that until the 28th week, which I've kind of been, taking note of it when she is moving, because you're supposed to wait until she's the time of day when she's active. And I know 10 movements when she's active wouldn't be hard to track in maybe 20 to 30 minutes. So that's pretty good. And I would say last week I couldn't say that. So her movement has picked up. Seems like she is getting stronger with the kicks. They don't hurt, thank God, right now. So, but I can feel them, and it's kind of like, well, there you are. How are you doing? And I usually feel her kick um, when I wake up in the morning, like clockwork. 10 minutes after I wake up, she'll start kind of like moving. And then usually like after dinner, when I'm on the couch, just like chilling out, watching TV, then she'll start like moving. In today's movement, I think she changed her position, because I would always feel her kicks like on the right top side of my stomach, which would indicate that she's probably like head down, and that's her feet that I feel kicking around. But this morning, I've been feeling like the kicks and the pressure in like my lower region. So I think maybe she flipped. So I was hoping she would stay head down until we're ready to rock and roll, but so maybe she's gonna flip flop. And also my Hypno Baby teacher, because we kind of just talked about some of our fears or whatever, and one of my fears was that she would be breech, because I know my practice or whatever that I go to, they won't let you do water birth breech. So yeah, but they will let you do it natural. But then you have to make that choice: do you want to risk, the baby's safety doing it breech, or you want to just go ahead and get cut open? So anyway, she sent me to this website. I believe it's called Spinning Babies, where you can look up, not look up, but they show you how to move the baby if there are issues. Also, something she told me to do, because her last born was breech. She told me that she should have been getting adjusted, like going to a chiropractor prior to delivering, because that helps with the position of the baby. Because if something is off, because I guess they naturally are supposedly head down. So if something is off within you, then they may not, do whatever they're supposed to do. So, but if you're adjusted, that could eliminate that. So I'm supposed to be seeing a chiropractor soon. I need to schedule an appointment. So yeah, dreams. I've been having some weird dreams. I had a dream one night, like that there was like a duck, and we were having dinner. He was like a part of the family, and there was like a duck at the table, and nobody made a big deal about it. It was not a big deal. It was kind of random. Then one dream I had, I think I was taking a nap. Like I don't want to drink alcohol or anything like that. But in my dream, I was pregnant, and I drank. What did I drink? I drank a Long Island, which is super strong, but it's like my favorite mixed drink. I drank an entire Long Island, and I felt so guilty. I felt horrible. So yeah, and that was like a nightmare. It was like a low key nightmare. Like, how could you do that? You're so horrible. So, but yeah, that may have been the second dream I've had like that, where I've drank an alcohol. Maybe last time it was like wine or something. But yes, I don't like those dreams. Because they feel so real, and it's like, that's so horrible. I think drinking while you're pregnant. Hopefully, no one's doing that. Not to judge, but I think it's horrible. So anyway, I think I mentioned this a little bit. I've been really kind of tired. I'm able to work, but like I have this fantasy, or I have this thing that I kind of dialogue back and forth with about in my head. Is like, what are reasons why I would take maternity leave? I'm always thinking that, because I know some people are where I am in my pregnancy, and they're on maternity leave, and I'm just like, okay, what would be my reasons? I would say, one, my irritability. Like, I'm very irritable. Things that I would be okay with normally, now they just like irritate me, which I don't think I show it. I don't know. I doubt I show it, but I'm just real irritable when it comes to certain things. The shortness of breath, just feeling like big, not wanting to get dressed. Like, I don't like getting dressed. It's like pulling teeth. I want to lay around naked all day, because like clothes are so uncomfortable. And I've had this I went shopping at Burlington to get mostly maternity underwear because the maternity underwear are wonderful because I don't really like when my belly is when something is over my belly but not covering it completely. So that's why the pants have those high things on them. And the ones that are like like lower where they kind of come up almost to your navel, that's not really comfortable to me. Either like it covering it completely or under it. So the maternity panties at Burlington are like that, and they fit appropriately. Because the ones, my old ones, it's a no go. So I don't like wearing them, but they never have maternity underwear unless they're not in my size. So it's been a struggle to find them. So I eventually just got some really big underwear, which they're okay, but they still come over my stomach rather than lie under it. So anyway, but yeah, I would take maternity leave because I don't like wearing my clothes. But then I did find a good pair of pants that I do like. They're like jeans and they're lovely. And then I got another pair of like kind of casual pants, and they're kind of itchy. So I don't like those as much. Um, Another reason why I would take maternity leave is because I guess what I would do is I just wouldn't work as much because I have not, like, with working as much as I have been, I haven't had time for my personal life, like paying bills, grocery shopping, like stuff for me. Because by the time I'm done with my kids, the last thing I want to do is pay some bills and go grocery shopping. What I want to do is I want to go to Boston Market, get my chicken and my macaroni and cheese and my, what is that I like? Green beans and sweet potato souffle, and come home and just chill. So, I need some days off during the week so I can take care of myself because I haven't been doing a good job. Um, which is today is Friday. I'm off, but it's like 4 o'clock and I'm like just showered. So, but it's been good. My mom just left. She made me breakfast and washed my dishes. Yay. um, Prego brain. It's real. And I don't think it has to do with excitement about the baby. I think that there is like an imbalance in your brain during pregnancy because I'm upstairs by myself doing laundry, getting ready to go to work, and I lose my cell phone. How I lose my cell phone, I don't know. It took me 2 hours to find it. I had to ask my mom to come upstairs and help me to find my cell phone, and it was underneath like these underwear in the laundry room. Just like, what? How did it get there? Like, who did that? You know. So of course I did it, but pregnancy brain. Mid sentence, mid conversation, I'm like, what am I talking about? And I was making a good point, but what am I talking about here? I don't know. So let's see some other instances of pregnancy brain. Um, it's pretty much it. I just feel like even with school, when I first got pregnant with school, my grades started like plummeting. My brain just, I wasn't working at full capacity. It could have been my energy level or whatever, but it wasn't clicking. So I did take a break from it. Um, so I'm glad I haven't gotten pregnant before. Like working on my master's, I may not have finished it if I would have gotten pregnant during it. So we thank God for timing. Um, I've mentioned irritability already and kind of more on maternity leave. I'm looking for a replacement now. If I could find another therapist and like take her around with me to my clients and stuff and just kind of introduce them, and then just like all of a sudden 1 week she's coming rather than me, I could probably low key get some time off. Because my agency doesn't care who sees the clients. Anyway, I won't go into all that. But yeah, if I can find a replacement, which I need a replacement for when I go on maternity leave, and it'll be good if she's kind of, if the clients know her and she can play as a substitute sometime for me. And then maybe when the baby comes, she works half of my, she works. I see the kids like once a day, once a week, and she sees them another day a week. But my parents, I don't know how well they take that. So we shall see. Also, something I'm getting into motion. I did some searches on YouTube and I found some good information. But in terms of like nanny care, I don't want to really do daycare right now think once she gets like 2 and she's old enough to like talk and socialize and stuff, then yeah. But now I would like her to get like just one-on-one care and where she just gets the attention that she needs at home. Um, and so I looked on what was it, care.com, and I found a lot of people that I thought were cool. But for me, it's just the fact of like leaving her with somebody else, and I just kind of thought about like, carrying a child for like 9 months and then being separated from that child is like wrapping my mind around is kind of like weird. Like it's gonna be difficult. I know. Like I used to be like when parents would. I think it was like during my student teaching, there was this woman who had just had a baby, and she's like crying at work and stuff because she had to leave it at daycare. I'm just like, what is wrong with you? But you don't understand that until you've actually carried a child. I haven't even had to leave her yet, but just the thought of having to leave her with somebody, even if you trust the person, it's not necessarily about you thinking they'll do something to her, but just actually be a part. I know that's going to be a struggle. So, don't know quite how to remedy that yet, or it's probably just something you have to deal with. I was thinking about just adjusting my schedule where I can spend a lot of time with her, at least while she's little, because I don't want to miss those moments. Like those are just so precious because you don't get them back. So I've looked on care.com and found a nanny. I'm thinking, because at one point I was thinking I would, because I don't want to find somebody and then they not be able to start for like months and they find another job and then I'm just like asked out. So what I want to do is start interviewing people at 30 weeks, and then once she's born, bring them in to help me for maybe a couple hours, since I am going to at least take 6 weeks, a minimum of 6 weeks maternity leave. So maybe bring someone in. I may take longer than that. If I find a good replacement and my parents are pretty content, I could take longer than 6 weeks. Maybe just not do a 100% maternity leave, but just do like maybe where I work 1 day a week and then gradually increase my schedule. But anyway, so I think at 30 weeks I'm going to start like really interviewing and just let them know when the position starts and, you know, um, go from there. Because I know some people work during the summer with families and then they're available after that. And I'm thinking if she gets here in May, I may not need somebody like full time until school goes back in. So that may be perfect. But we'll see. Something else, my baby center app said something about starting to pack your hospital bag or looking at that. So that's something I've been like moving towards mentally, which is packing the hospital bag, which is crazy to think about. It seems like I just got pregnant. I'm still in disbelief of being pregnant anyway. So, and I'm 26 weeks. So I'm gonna get the hospital bag ready. I have a Victoria's Secret bag that I think I might use. It's pretty big, but I don't know because I don't really have. I guess I do have other bags that I could use. They already have like things that are in them. Anyway, so I'm gonna start working on packing that. I'm pretty simple and light, so it won't be like a big extravagant thing. But I'd like to do a video on that once I get it done, which will probably be a while. And then like I wanted to talk about stress. I guess stress may not be the best word, but just kind of overwhelmed, like getting her room together, finding a child care provider, the hospital bag, just everything. And then my own personal, not personal, but my professional life, trying to stay on top of that, which has been a challenge. So there's a lot that I'm juggling. And, yeah, it's kind of overwhelming. So I'm never done with all I need to do. But what I at least have been doing lately is I have been putting more time into her room and getting things ready for her. And that makes me feel good because she, at the end of the day, is the most important. So my priorities are at least together. And we're going to try to get Hypno Birth somewhere on there because, yeah. Also, one last thing is I found out like a couple weeks ago my grandfather is sick. The ironic thing about it is me and my mom were talking about him the day before we found out he had cancer because he's been in a nursing home because he has, what is that, dementia? He's had dementia for a long time and he's fairly young. Yeah, so we were talking about how healthy he is because his only issue has been dementia. So he's in the hospital. My mom actually just left here. She spent like 2 days with me. She left my house to drive to Oklahoma for like a month, and she's gonna come back right before the baby shower. Um, what else? I guess, well, the doctors have given him 2 months to live. He has like cancer in his liver, so they've given him 2 months to live. And I guess for me, like, if they're right, which I don't believe that he's really gonna die in 2 months, but if they're right, I won't be able to make it to his funeral because I'll be too big to travel. And if she's here, I'm not gonna take her around, you know, all those people. So it's not really stressful for me, but it's just like it's kind of crazy the timing of it and how long they've given him to live when he's not in any kind of pain. He's fine. So we're just in prayer that everything goes well. But so other than that, I'm gonna get on my phone and hopefully no one calls while I'm trying to update because I've been really wanting to update the new changes in the baby room, and I bought her some clothes, so I wanted to do that. So yeah, but all right. Hope everyone is doing well. Thank you for everyone that has subscribed to the new and the old. And happy Black History Month, and thank you.